Hello, hello. Welcome to English Extras. My name is Jean. If you're here, it's because you don't want to sound like a textbook. You're in the right place. This podcast is to help intermediate and advanced learners find alternatives to textbook English so you can express yourself authentically. Before we begin, if you want the transcript for this episode, you can follow the link in the description. Reading and listening at the same time is a great way to improve your English. And I also include definitions of words and phrases I use in the episode, as well as example sentences at the end of each transcript. Ready? Let's begin. It's not nice to call people stupid or crazy, even if they are. It's rude to say, "You're stupid," or "God, you're so crazy." However, this doesn't stop people from wanting to call people stupid or crazy. We just have to use our imaginations a little bit. So we have quite a large selection of common and creative euphemisms to say this without being so blunt about it. I had so much fun putting this episode together. I want to give a quick shout out to my friends and family for their suggestions, as well as Reddit and my Blue Sky community for their input. I wasn't able to include all the expressions I collected because there were too many. But let me be clear. I greatly admire the cleverness of the expressions I'm going to share with you today, but I don't think it's a good thing to call someone stupid or crazy without proper cause. With that disclaimer in place, let's dive in. First, I'm going to share the expressions I believe are the most common. They also happen to be a bit shorter as well. That's a common theme here. Longer euphemisms are less common because they're more complex. The best euphemisms might take you a moment to figure out. Those are usually my favorites. So, one of the more common ones is to have a screw loose. To have a screw loose. To have a screw loose means you're a bit crazy. So if you don't really trust someone because they seem a little off, you can say, "No way, I don't trust her. She's got a screw loose." In this example sentence, I used got instead of have because often got is more casual than have. Another common one is to lose your marbles. To lose your marbles. To lose your marbles means to go crazy. For example, am I losing my marbles? I swear I put my glasses down right here, but now they're gone. This one is a solid choice for describing either yourself or someone else as going crazy. Probably one of the most straightforward options to describe someone as crazy or stupid is to say they're not all there. I use they here because you can use either he or she in its place. She's not all there. He's not all there. With this expression, it can mean either someone is crazy, like having a screw loose, or someone is not very smart. Either way, this expression implies that something is missing for this person. One of the more recent expressions to come out of social media is to have a smooth brain. To have a smooth brain. It's possible this expression existed before it became popular on TikTok, but TikTok is where I first heard it. To have a smooth brain means to be not so smart. On TikTok, it is almost exclusively used to describe pets. So it's used affectionately with love. For example, I say this with love about my dog. My dog, his name is Pip, has a smooth brain. Now, let's move on to the slightly longer expressions. These expressions, I'm going to share 5 of them, are more often used to suggest that someone is stupid, not crazy. In fact, the rest of the expressions I'm going to share in this episode are about calling someone stupid. The first is not playing with a full deck. Not playing with a full deck. So deck has multiple meanings. It can be a wooden platform behind your house where you can sit and relax or have a barbecue. But this expression uses the other meaning of deck, which is a deck of cards. A collection of playing cards we call a deck. So if you aren't playing with a full deck, it means you're not fully equipped, meaning you're a bit dumb. The second one is one of my favorites. The lights are on, but nobody's home. The lights are on, but nobody's home. This is a common one to see in the comments sections of various social media platforms. Usually, if you're looking at someone's house, seeing lights signals that the person is home. However, in this expression, the lights are on but nobody's home, meaning that the person speaking is not thinking very much. They're a bit stupid. I also say this affectionately about my dog. The third one is a very common one. Not the sharpest tool in the shed. Not the sharpest tool in the shed. There are quite a few variations of this one. You might hear not the brightest bulb in the pack, or not the brightest crayon in the box, or not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Regardless of what form it takes, all of these expressions mean the same thing. The person is not very smart. The fourth one is one that makes me laugh. A few fries short of a Happy Meal. A few fries short of a Happy Meal. A Happy Meal is a popular order at McDonald's. It is a small meal, typically for children, and it comes with a burger, a side, and a drink, and typically a small toy as well. The expression, a few fries short of a Happy Meal, means a few fries, meaning French fries, which are a classic side dish at McDonald's, are missing. This means you're not very smart. The fifth one is new to me, but I think it's quite clever. Some village is missing an idiot. Some village is missing an idiot. So I'm not sure where the idea of a village idiot came from. An idiot is a stupid person, and a village idiot is someone in the community that everyone knows is not very smart. So to say that some village is missing an idiot means that the person you're talking about is the village idiot of a village somewhere, and because they are standing in front of you, they are missing from their village. So some village is missing an idiot. Now, I have 4 more expressions to share, and they're longer and require a bit more explanation. Here we go. The first one is can't have a battle of wits with an unarmed man. Can't have a battle of wits with an unarmed man. Here's the thing about this one. It's likely a version of the sentence, I would challenge you to a battle of wits, but I see you are unarmed, which is commonly attributed to William Shakespeare. However, many sources point out that this is not true. But regardless of where it comes from, let's examine this expression. A battle is a fight. Wits is a synonym for intelligence. To be unarmed means to not have a weapon. So if you have a battle of wits, it means that you are arguing or fighting with your words, your cleverness, your intelligence. But in this type of fight, if you are unarmed, then that means you do not have intelligence. You are not smart. The next expression is couldn't find their own butt with 2 hands and a flashlight. Now, in this expression, what is found can be substituted for anything. For example, there's a great scene in the movie The American President with Michael Douglas. In the scene, Michael Douglas's character says, "We've had presidents who were beloved, who couldn't find a coherent sentence with 2 hands and a flashlight." In that case, it's the coherent sentence being found. A coherent sentence, by the way, is a sentence that makes sense. Whatever it is that the person can't find, they couldn't find it if they had all the help they could get, meaning they're stupid. The next expression is one I've heard from speakers in the American South. But I don't know if the expression originated in the South. The expression is couldn't pour water out of a boot if the instructions were on the heel. Couldn't pour water out of a boot if the instructions were on the heel. So imagine a boot. A boot is a type of shoe that covers your ankles. A rain boot, for example, is a type of shoe that's great to wear during the rain because it completely protects your feet from water. Well, imagine that boot full of water, and you need to pour the water out. The instructions to do that are on the heel. What's a heel? If you're looking down at your foot, your toes are at the top. You probably have 5 toes. And the heel is at the bottom. To say someone couldn't pour water out of a boot if the instructions were on the heel means that person is stupid, because to pour water out You need to turn it over. And to look at the bottom at the instructions, you also have to turn it over. They couldn't figure out how to pour water out of a boot even if the instructions were on the bottom of the boot. This type of insult is highly creative, I think. It creates this image in your mind, and it's very clever. Sometimes these types of expressions require some time to think about their meaning, but I think that's why it's so creative. Saying, "You're so stupid," is very easy. It's childish because it's the sort of thing a child would say. But saying, "You couldn't pour water out of a boot if the instructions were on the heel," that's poetry. The final expression I have for you today is, "I have neither the time nor the crayons to explain it to you." I have neither the time nor the crayons to explain it to you. So first of all, we have the construction neither nor, which is like either or, but in the negative. So another way to say I have neither is I don't have. But using the neither nor construction is more elevated, fancier. Now, what are crayons? You might have heard this word said another way. There are, in fact, 3 ways to say this word. You can say crayon, crown, or crayon. It depends on where you grew up in America. I happen to say crayon. Anyways, a crayon is similar to a pencil, but it's made of wax, not wood. Crayons come in every color you can imagine. The reason this is part of an insult is because crayons are very often used by children. So I don't have time, and I also don't have any crayons to explain it to you like you're a child. That's what the expression means. Honestly, I think this expression is also very creative. It's something I would say jokingly to my brother-in-law, for example, when he's annoying me. As I said before, this is only a small fraction of the wide variety of expressions we have in English, like I'm sure you have in your native language, of suggesting or saying that someone is stupid. Use them wisely. As always, you can find extra information in the transcript of this episode, the link to which is in the description. For this episode, the extra information includes links to various examples of some of these phrases. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.